and welcome to the May Garden, the month that brings tulips, pillows of soft flowers, painted edges, trimmed with lace, petals like crinkled laundry gathered in ruffles of silk, garlands of colour, and all of this teasing us out of ourselves and into bliss. Tulips are very seductive, beautiful, visually complex, and famously easy to grow. We harvest them by pulling the entire flower and bulb out of the ground, treating them as an annual, as they don't tend to come back with the same vigour if you cut the flowers and foliage off the bulb. This arrangement began with inspiration from the many ruffled flowers we had in early May. Golden ranunculus with a ruddy underside to their petals, the colour being somewhat red but bronze, eluding description, with a buttery lemon on the top and changing with the light. In the studio, we bring the flowers in to admire them all the more in isolation, against a minimal background instead of the green altar of the garden. The conditioning process involves cutting the bulbs off, stripping the leaves and washing the dirt from the stem. It also involves admiring the bulb, an underground storage organ with roots in the ground like umbilical cords attaching it to Mother Earth. We chose these colour combinations of perfectly opposing hues and thus perfect complements. We couldn't resist the lightness and delicacy of these wild garlic flowers and the warm, savoury scent they brought to the arrangement. We also chose these tall, curving spires of bluebells, their many flowers chiming out like a happy chorus of brass bells. Charming double tulips are the stars of the show, with a spectrum of colour from lemon to pink to cream with flashes of silver. Tall iris with their own unique colour story, lilac, pink, mauve, with splodges of yellow, the role of this yellow colour to attract pollinators to the nectar within. Louisina lays out her ingredients on the workbench, another exercise in admiration, and the first glimpse of how everything will sing and dance together. Visualising the different combinations of colours, shapes, lengths, textures, and excited by all of these combinations and the interplay between each flower. She starts with a little foliage, adding flowers into the bouquet at an angle so that everything is spaced and roomy and celebrated, considering that there's a happy place for everything, and the role of the flower arranger is to find it. Adding layers of flowers, not being too prescriptive, but not without careful consideration either. If something delicate is added, it's paired with something more sturdy for support and protection. Making a flower arrangement in your hands rather than in a vessel or a frog or a vase is quite different. It's more embodied, it's more physical, it's more immediate, and it's more intimate. You apply a different sort of focus because it's physically closer to you. Closer to your face, closer to your eyes, closer to your nose. And because of that, the colours and the scents feel more intense, more beautiful. It's perhaps most important to have a lightness of touch, ridding your hand and body of any tension. Relax into it, allow yourself to get lost in the process. My advice for every bouquet maker is not to become too hung up on the outcome. Enjoy the process. If you enjoy creating it, the arrangement will articulate that story perfectly. Making a bouquet that looks like it was effortlessly scooped from the garden is anything but effortless. It's a devoted practice. It's a labour of love, especially to grow your own flowers. It's a careful craft, it's an artistic process. To get this look, the flowers must be grown. Garden flowers are soft, characterful, they sway, they dance, they throw all sorts of shapes. And while their bendy, squiggly, wayward nature requires skill and practice to hone, once you become attuned to their ways, They do the hard work for you. Becoming attuned is key. Attuned to your ingredients, attuned to the landscape they came from, the season they grew. This bouquet is every bit a celebration of May, a colourful, joyful, perfumed month. Where April opens the curtains, May floods the room with light. It's a month adorned with flowers. It's smiling days. Everything in the garden rises like bread. We feel wide awake. A wild ecstasy escapes and plays out the whole summer long. We cannot turn our backs for a single second, as everything grows and needs tended to. Like I said at the start of this film, it teases us out of ourselves and into a state of bliss. While the May garden holds our gaze, it unfolds in a voluntary sweetness.